we are in deep discussion that why India has become a poor country. India is not a developing country. Rather, India is a poor country. If out of 125 country for which hunger index has been released for few years, I believe for few years, hunger index has been released, and India is slipping towards the end. Earlier, I believe it was 104. Now it is 113 or something like that out of 125 countries. If people they do not have food to eat, what we will expect that they will have shirt and pant or kurta and dhoti and these kind of things to wear. This is the condition of India now. Now there is a deep discussion that is going on that how why this condition of India has happened. India does not have any electronics company. India does not have any software company. India does not have a very good mechanical company. If there is a railway engine company, then railway engine, to make the railway engine, the engine are imported from outside. They are assembled kind of thing. There is a mobile manufacturing company also in India. Everything comes from China only. Only screw driver they just press there and say it is an Indian mobile or something like that. Okay, there is no any software company. All Indian software company they work for the other foreign company as a services only. There is no software we see that has come from any Indian company. No very famous app that comes from Indian company or something like that. No development happens here. Nothing. It is absolutely a kind of a country that is a, I believe, resplendent. That is the big word, resplendent. Resplendent means showing, gaudy kind of thing. It just show to the world that we are this much. We are like an elephant. India is India, but inside the sea, it is end towards the end in the hunger index. Okay, unemployment is more than 90%. I believe it is a mind blowing more than 90%. Just go the adjoining country that is China. Just go adjoining country. It was developing country till 15 year back, 2010 or something like that. Now China is the number one country around the globe. Number one country in electronics technology. Number one country in the software technology. There is a company called ByteDance in Beijing. ByteDance. It has 150,000 employees, not 150 employees. 150,000 employees, and whatever their artificial intelligence product they are making, it is unmatched. Everywhere the TikTok app is unreplaceable. Either you ban it or you do not ban it, but you do not have replacement for the TikTok video app. Okay, everywhere they are unmatched. So this is China present day, which was like India till some time back. Okay, but see that country, any country can go up with the different kind of mindset. If mindset is different, then it will take the country up. But India mindset, what is its mindset that we are discussing about? India got independence from Britishers in 1947, and lakhs of people, hundred thousands of people, they shed their blood, they shed their life in the independence movement, considering that their offspring, the next generation, will be not will not do slavery. That was the concept. But when we are analyzing this issue, we are finding that India was better off prior to 1947, at least in the kind of getting the food, two-time food. India country was better off and population was 5 times less than now. Now, the India currency was silver coin. Later, they made it a alloy of silver till 1947. But still, it was a silver. But now, it is a small stainless steel. That is also very difficult to find 1 rupee coin. Very difficult to find. Earlier, it was a silver coin, 12 gram silver coin. Now, it transformed into a 1 gram stainless steel coin. Oh, I don't know, it is 1 gram or 2 gram or it is zero point 0.5 gram, I don't know. And it is difficult to find nowadays. That much it went down. India went down since 1912 to 2025, 1000 times it went down. Okay, we are doing the study that what was India prior to 1947, and we are finding that India prior to 1947, India was a big country in the sense that whatever right now India is, all the neighboring states, they were open to India only. If someone is living nowadays in Manipur, Mizoram, and Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland, then they were open to Tibet and Burma. It was not a corner country, corner state. If we talk about West Bengal, then West Bengal and Assam were open to Tibet and Bangladesh. Okay, if I talk about Bihar and Nepal, they were open to Tibet, same as Uttar Pradesh. If I talk about Jammu and Kashmir, then they were open to Kashi and Kashgar. They were open to Afghanistan region. If I talk about Punjab, Rajasthan, and Gujarat, they were open to, to, to Pakistan right now. If I talk about Tamil Nadu, then they were open to Sri Lanka, Ceylon. So till Britishers' time, this country, whatever right now India was, a trade was there. There was no one who was living like a corner person. Now there are many states in India. They're living like a corner, corner states. Beyond that, they cannot go. Okay, that is one of the things that we are finding that is drastically changed. And we are talking about Tibet nowadays. 1952 till 1952, India has embassy in Lhasa, that is the capital of Tibet. Now it is autonomous region of China. Till 1952, India has embassy in Lhasa. And 1952, China, it pushed its People's Liberation Army in Lhasa, in Tibet, 1952-51 time frame. And rather than helping Tibet to conquer the China, so that India's condition will be more or less at least the same it was during the Britishers' time. But India, instead of helping Tibet, India started helping China. That's why China. Okay, what proof you have? The biggest proof for this is India has embassy in Lhasa till 1952, and Hughes, Mr. Hughes, he was Britisher. He was caretaker of the embassy in the Lhasa. In 1952, when People's Liberation Army entered the Tibet, 1952 from China, then India considered that Tibet is part of China. Even war did not start to a large extent, but India changed this embassy to consulate. Consulate means this consulate will work under Indian embassy in Beijing. So India 1952 India had consulate in Lhasa, India had consulate in Kashi Kasgar, that is Xinjiang. So both would be embassy earlier, considering both were different countries. Now China, the way it started occupying, India started flipping it to consulate. The biggest thing that is happening in the Lhasa is that even though war had not been broke out in 1952 nicely to larger scale, but India demoralized Tibet by converting into consulate. Now Tibetan people, they lost their courage in the sense that they were associated with the India for thousands of years, that India started supporting China. And in that sense, with the fierce battle, one in every six person in Tibet, he got killed in the war. And by 1959, Tibet became a part of China. The way we have given example of Andaman Nicobar Island, there is a battle of Aberdeen. I believe that battle happened in 1857, 58, 59, that time frame, Battle of Aberdeen. And in Battle of Aberdeen, there was one Indian that was he kind of betrayed them, and he gave all the war information to the Britishers out there, and the local people, they lost the war. Okay, you cannot rise in your life when your head is down. Head should be up. That is the first thing that is required to go up in your life. That is the first thing that is required. So when their head is down, that India started supporting Beijing, then how they would have won the battle? Not possible. Not possible by anyone. Okay, so at the end of 4 years of or 7 years of fierce battle, With Chinese army, finally Tibetan army, they lost the battle. And then Dalai Lama, along with I believe 75,000 supporters, he came to India. Anyway, we have some data that we are putting out here consistently. This data we are putting out here. So as per the data, what is the condition right now that we are discussing? What is the condition that as per the data? So now the right now the data is that 2014 India politics did it took a turn where Indian National Congress it lost the election and Bharatiya Janata Party it came to the power, and it came to the power by saying something to the people, by motivating something to the people. It came to the power in 2014. When it came to the power in 2014, it invited a leader called Lobsang Songhai. Lobsang Songhai. He lives in United States and he is from Tibet. Okay, to show Indian people that we are pro-Indian, we are real Indian, we are not like a Congress. Okay, not only that, the Prema Khandu, Honorable Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh in 2014, from the same party, he made one statement that Arunachal Pradesh is neighbored by Tibet, not by China. The north of Arunachal Pradesh is Tibet, not China. These are the statements made by politicians in 2014 time frame. Anyway, 2018, Prime Minister of India, he is going to Wuhan and then he has bilateral discussion with Chinese counterpart. When he comes back, by that time, okay, 2018, when he comes back, then by that time, the Tibetan, after when he come back, I believe 2019, it was 60 year of the Tibetan government in exile in India. And Dalai Lama and along with the Tibetan brothers, they were celebrating their exile government 16 years in New Delhi. Okay, in that sense, government issued a government circular that none of the government employee is going to go to the any function where Dalai Lama is present, and none of the government employee can go anywhere where these kind of functions are being organized, and they force this function venue from Nidori to Dharmshala. This is the bad fortune for India. This politician, I'm not saying that this politician should not be like this. You should not change. When you say something in 2014 time frame, when you had taken the oath, you should not change. People, they don't like this. Anyway, what is the other scenario? Now, other scenario is that 1989, 1989, Rajiv Gandhi, he was Prime Minister of India from Indian National Congress, and he is visiting China. When he visited China, when he came back, he made a statement that Tibet is autonomous region of China. Okay, now 2003, 2003, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he was Prime Minister of India, and he visited China, and he made similar statement that Tibet is autonomous region of China. What I'm going to tell now is no one would believe that. Okay, there is a state in India called Sikkim. Sikkim is a state in India. I believe 1970s time frame, 1976 or something. 1970s time frame. This is what I remember. Tibet become integral part of India with their own discretion. I'm sorry, Sikkim. Sikkim was a separate country. Now, Sikkim, whoever was the king of the country or head of the state, he decided along with the people, they made their own discretion that we will be part of India. Otherwise, life is difficult or life will be better. Now, China still shows Sikkim as as a different country or part of Tibet. Okay, now they should show Sikkim as part of India. Atal Bihari Vajpayee made a statement that Tibet is part of the China and requested China to take away Sikkim. Okay, the Sikkim that is shown as part of Tibet, they should show it as part of India. Please show it part of India. Tibet is yours. That is not in any kind of any there is no any hot discussion out here. Okay, this is the condition of India right now. A Sikkim country which got aligned with the India. There is no war happened. The Indian army went to the Sikkim or something like that. Their head of the state, they got aligned with the India with their own discretion. In that, India was begging to the Beijing that please do not show Sikkim as part of the Tibet. Okay, in that sense, there is no dispute now that Tibet is not part of China, it is part of China. This is India's politics nowadays. Means for everything they are begging. Aksai Chin has taken by China, Aksai Chin region. Okay, they never go and talk to them that this was part of India. Rather, which is really part of India, they're begging that please don't show it your part. This is the present Indian scenario. Now, this is the present Indian scenario. Okay, whatever it is. Now, we were talking, then Mr. Richardson from Britain, he was the office in charge of the Deki Lingka, that is a place in Lhasa, their embassy was there, Deki Lingka, and he was in charge of that. In 1959, P.N. Menon, he was consular. In 1955, in 1952, it became consular. In 1962, Indo-Sino War, this consulate was closed, not required. Okay, so that is the scenario. Now, I have one question now. Any person who is getting hated from the society, any person who is facing hatred from the society, he is feeling hated from his own family. Everyone is hating him. Tell me how he can start a company and how he can rise in the life. Is it possible? After all, he has to come back to the home only. He has come to the society and there he will eat and sleep. There he is kind of dissuaded for everything. He is kind of getting insulted every moment. Then how he can run a company? He cannot live a life worth running a company. How India, how Indian will bring a software and how Indian will bring this and kind of thing where their prestige is like this. This is the question. If India had fought along with the Tibet, another proof is that there is no chapter in the Indian book where children would study that Tibet was an independent country aligned with India and China took it over in a war, in a very bloody war. And Tibet became part of China in 1949. If this also being taught to the children, children head will be high that we have lost something that we have to get back. But nothing is discussed. What is discussed in a diplomatic level is please do not show Sikkim as part of Tibet. Please. Okay. Aksai Chin, Tibet is Kasi Kasgar is yours. We don't mind. Just do not show Sikkim. Doesn't look good. This is the condition. Now, when head is down of the Indians, what development they will do? Now, people say that Indian do not have anything in the in the India export right. China is the number one exporter in the world. China export is number one in the world right now. China United States trade war is going on, whereas India export sums to 0.5% of the total global export. Only 0.5%. I don't know where it would be in the list. This is the condition of this country now. Okay, what is the moral of the story? Moral of the story, at least that we know that what we can expect from the politicians. But moral of the story is people should be aware of the history, that what has happened. At least knowing the fact helps.